Doing the usual pre-stream tests. Twitch is always a little low. Not too loud, so I can't hear myself think. But you guys should still be able to hear it. Like, just enough for Facebook to partially mute it once I'm done with the live stream, you know? That's always fun. The song that is playing right now is Child's Play by Chipzel on Phonetic Symphony. As it states in my contract, and because I don't have the chat on during the intro card. Bobby just joined us. Hello, Bobby. This is going too good. I have suspicions. Well, in the meantime, I'm just going to... Oh, that's done. That's done. It's because I keep my scripts at the same place where I keep my checklist, and I did a couple things this morning. I did not eat lunch yet. I am not hungry. I will after the stream, or at least have a little snack. So I'm just gonna switch to the screen. Good. Just gonna do one last thing. I'll be right back, and then we'll get started. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Oh, look at that! Somebody on Twitch just followed me. And just to do it on purpose, I wasn't there to see the little animation when that happens. Assuming the animation worked. Anyway, I'm back for real. Let's get this started. I'll check my script real quick. And hello to you, Amon, Animation, I think. Well, at least it's written on the chat, so... Doo-be-doo. So, if you're not familiar with my my live stream, I'm pretty much going to be drawing the weekly webcomic that I do. That I post on Tapas and Webtoon, Bootleg Cookie. So it's pretty much going to be an hour and a half of me drawing, possibly complaining, maybe humming along with the music, with some long bouts of silence. That's why the music. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Hey, hello, Sharon. Woo! Oops, wrong button. There we go. Oh, trash necklace. Also, this is the style I use for bootleg cookie, but I don't draw like this all the time, so if any newcomers are disappointed, don't be. I am fully capable of drawing like an actual person. Where's my script? Whoops. I went to put down my my tab mate and I hooked my Cricut. Whoops. Eventually I'll stop saying whoops. Hope I don't do that too much. Because usually I put the remote down on my little handmade beanbag I made for it. But I wasn't looking when I put it down, so I like a wham! Yeah, there's a reason for that. Also, I sip tea. I like tea a lot. This actually happened once. I got so stressed that I was clenching so hard. Apparently, I kind of shut my blood vessels or something. I don't know how it works in there. And there was absolutely no blood coming out. And I know that I had my hand balled up in a fist. So then what happened, when the nurse asked me to unclench, I actually let go of my fist, and apparently the needle, like the blood, shot up. I don't know, I wasn't looking. was like, this is not happening. This... Oops. All right, time for pencils. It's a little low. Get on my level. And the song's name is Mr. Sad. I got somebody watching on Picarto, somebody watching on Twitch. And that's it. No idea how many people are watching on Periscope. I just know I'm a big deal there for some reason. Well, the recording is a big deal. Get a lot of viewers on that Periscope. After a fact. And yes, this also happened. She ended up, she really wanted to check my sugar, so after a lot of convincing, and her, like, having, like, a deadbolt around my arm, she managed to pick me in the palm to check my sugar. I'm not diabetic or anything, at least I don't think so. But she just wanted to make sure. That my sugar was okay and I wasn't not having a crash or something. If any of you are following me on Instagram, at So Very Unofficial Instagram, of course, I started a series of portraits of characters from my story, The Sign Warriors, super old story, that was basically in order of, it had 3 major arcs, which were basically Sailor Moon, Dragon Quest, Sailor Moon. And yeah, I'm doing a series of portraits of the main team of heroes. And I'm having a poll for people to vote on the next one I'm going to draw. I'm just not calling them by names. I'm in the poll. I'm having people choose between powers with a mix of gifts under the question representing each sign warrior. So far I've done Konami, Elvan, Diabolo, and Belover. So right now the poll asks you to choose, well, at the moment that I'm drawing this, of course, anybody watching the reruns, that poll has passed, probably. And right now the gifts are of what I assume to be Centaur Man from Mega Man, rearing on a big rock to represent Kentaro, the sign warrior of Earth, very creatively named Eartheos, and a unicorn with some storm clouds above it to represent Yegoric, the sign warrior of lightning, aka the Thunder Kid. Rather odd that I decided to call him Thunder Kid, seeing as he's the only adult on the team. Gotta love the purple people. Maybe I should have something on my Patreon where people can pay to appear in a bootleg cookie comic. Or offer them their own bootleg cookie where I draw their funny stories. Would anybody be interested in that? I'll have to ask. Almost forgot my beauty mark again. I draw it black, but my beauty mark is now more of a lump at this point because the color on it completely faded out and it's turning into that mole thing my grandma had on the side of her mouth. Well, as far as things that I've inherited from my grandma, this is like the one thing that's not a problem. Because I'm pretty much a mix of pieces that shouldn't have been put together, really. If anybody wants to complain that this is not what a syringe look like, look at the characters. You think I care at this point? I'm not going for realism in this strip. Rather obviously, eh? You know you're nervous when everything clenches, including your hair. Have another little sippy sippy. When I get to coloring, I'll explain a little something that happened, considering my little problem with my fingertips from when I was a baby. In the meantime, I'll have you know that I am extremely, like, ridiculously sensitive at the tip of my fingers. To a point that I can't wear nail polish. Which is a shame because I actually like nail polish. But after a while of having it on, I either have to take it off or constantly stim by rubbing my hands back and forth on my pants. And like, at speed, they're like, slap, 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 slap. And I have to do that with pretty much anything that triggers a bad response to something happening to fingers. That's why I usually try to carry a fidget spinner in my purse. I have two, and I usually like to use the Batman one for that because then I can like push my fingers against the sharp parts so I can change the texture that I feel. It's not sharp enough for me to cut myself, but it's just enough to change the feeling I have, you know? I freaking love my tabmate, if only for that. Getting to zoom in and zoom out the size of my nib while I'm working instead of constantly tapping and trying and tapping and trying and tapping and trying. I love that. It actually helps speed up my output. And to think, this comic takes me between an hour and a half to produce. And I'm a fast artist, technically. So imagine when I put actual effort. Not that I don't put effort in this, it's just that when I actually work on getting real proportions going on instead of the boomerang and bean style, like, for those of you who follow me and know that I'm working on Super Mario Adventures Continued, which will have a new episode starting this summer. It can take me up to 3 days to get something good going. Because I actually bother to put some shading, and I have to imitate, well, I don't have to, it's a stylistic choice, imitate Charlie Nozawa's style. And they have a completely different style of coloring than I do, that I have to emulate, kind of half marker, half wooden pencil, and I do the entire strip digitally to save on paper mostly because it's very hard for me to get comic supplies where I live. And it's stupid expensive. Like once a pad is gone, it's gone. Which is why I have a Patreon and a coffee, as you can see on screen. I hate when they do that. Like, are you not sure of what you're doing, and are you stalling for time by rubbing me so much? Like, after a while, it's not necessary to rub that much. I don't care what they tell you in medical school, you know? I know because I had a doctor once who literally, I shit you not, rubbed me a little bit, grabbed the wrapping of the vaccine in his mouth, ripped it out, and just picked me. I absolutely loved that, okay? Just get it over with. It's the waiting that drives me nuts. So imagine when the nurse comes in and starts pricking me and rubs and rubs and rubs and rubs and rubs and rubs until it's frankly uncomfortable. You shouldn't be rubbing me that much. You will leave a dent from the erosion. Pick me. Oh, Ash just joined us. Hello, Ash. Today we're talking about my problem with needles, as I'm penciling a frame of myself having no problem with a needle. Because I'm a hypocrite like that. probably get the right color before I start. Have another sip. I do look at the chat as much as I can. The thing is, when somebody logs on anything else than Facebook, then I don't know. Even when I go on the actual channel, I get no notifications. But I do receive every chat that's happening because I have restream and restream chat. So I'm live streaming on several channels at once is what is happening. But only Facebook, when it works, will tell me when somebody logs on. So if anybody does want to chat or want me to say hello to them, you have to write something in the chat so I can see it. And I usually hear a little pop when something pops up on chat. So I can look up and go, oh, okay, it's just my my bots. Because that's pretty much what happens. Like if there's art-related questions, I'll do my best to answer stuff like that. Yoink! Oh, wrong. Hang on. I keep forgetting to switch in between. There we go. God bless the Victory Racer. Oh, that kind of sounds Mega Man-ish. Chipped of the Necro Dancer. I wonder if that's the music that makes Facebook flag my video and mute it partially. Because that's the thing. For those who don't know, I am using Pretzel Rocks as my background music, which is a music service that is supposed to have music that I can actually use for live streaming. So far, it's working well on the live stream and recording on YouTube because I didn't get any dings about it. But Facebook always partially mutes my videos, saying that I'm using somebody else's music. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I signed up for. Have you tried playing ocarina while drawing on a tablet? Because that's the only instrument I can bring to my desk to play. I can play a little bit of piano, I can play a little bit of saxophone, like a really little bit. I need to pick it back up eventually and practice. I also have a fiddle, but I don't play it at all. Then I have a potato-sized ocarina from the Songbird Ocarinas. It's the fairy ocarina. Potato model, not the game model. It's a 6-hole and I'm decent at it. But I'm not gonna start playing on live stream while I draw because, well, I kind of need both my hands. That ain't happening. Ah, this is more comfortable. Oh. Yeah, speaking of that, gonna have to ignore you while I draw. I recently got a gift this Monday, last Monday, whatever Monday, in fact. My parents apparently decided that I was a good girl and got me a second-hand Apple Watch, so I feel less guilty because it costs a lot less. And apparently I deserved it. And I'm like, damn, I gotta do your guys' laundry more often. So I set it to encourage me to get up regularly, which I've been following pretty closely. It's just I'm going to ignore it right now because I'm live streaming, but I promise you guys once I'm done I am going to stand up and do a little jogging in place, which is what I usually do. I don't just stand up, I try to move a little bit, make it happy. I also have it set to remind me to breathe, because I also have a tendency to either hold my breath or like pump myself up to a point where I'm stressed. Well, more like the feeling, the physical feeling of stress. And not the emotional side of it. Plus, I also installed my tea timer app on it, and that's just fantastic. I don't need to constantly look at my phone. I can just... I'm sorry I zoom in and out a lot. That's how I draw digitally. So I hope you guys are not heartsick. And it's also saving me some time because my phone, when I see the notification, it pops up, and sometimes the notification is not clear. It just says you received a message from this app and that's it. And I have to really pay attention to the phone to figure out if I have to check my messages or not. But my phone will tell me exactly what the notification is, and I don't even need the full sentence to see if I should answer or not. And considering I'm working on several projects with several people, that's a frickin' lifesaver, okay? Let's be honest. Like, I just look and, oh, no, that's just my JetPens newsletter. That can wait. And I can finish eating. Or when I see, like, the ass bummer on my phone, that's when I know, oh, this is for Auric, I should go. For the record, I did not put that nickname on. He put that nickname himself in the chat. There's... David, his real name is Davis, but in the chat he likes to change his name to whatever typo was written about him, the most recent typo in an article written about him. People are like, I don't like when people mistake my name for Shirley half a second after I introduce myself. But this poor man, people are struggling with his name. There's Ass Bummer. And there's Booth Babe. Which I really gotta make a strip about last year at Timmins Con. Wherein he and Ass Bummer decided to sell the Auric books as Carnival Criers, and it was freaking hilarious. When Bummer wasn't drawing, he was joining in with the Booth Babe, and Booth Babe was like, "Get your comics here, folks! Get your chocolate dip comics! Deep fried, free range, organic comics!" And please, Lord, let him be able to travel to Timmins against this year so we can do that again. Hey, it worked. We had good sales. But I think my favorite part, because for those who don't know me, I am an absolutely horrible person. And my favorite part was the dirty look that the guy in front of us gave them during the 2 days of the convention. Because he had a giant display of prints. Like, his table didn't even have a cover cloth. Tablecloth, that's what I'm looking for. And he was just sitting there, looking at his phone, waiting for people to stop. And then there's my two geniuses right in front of him. "Get your comics here!" And getting sales and getting up and approaching potential customers. And sometimes I would happen to look at him and he was just looking at him like, "Urgh!" Then I would lean over, Did you guys notice how this guy is looking at you?" Boo Babe's like, "Yes." But we didn't do it to antagonize the guy, obviously. They did it for, to encourage sales. Like, you're allowed to have fun while you work. If looks could kill. Good thing we're in Canada with free healthcare. Oh, man. This is how I work, okay? You're nice to me, I will be nice back. You're mean to me. Depending on the situation, I will either be mean to you, or if I'm in a retail setting or I'm supposed to look professional, ooh, the sarcasm. The sarcasm is gonna flow. But if you're nice to me and I'm in a very good mood, I'm gonna be horrible to you in a way you'll never notice. But I usually try to make sure that the person that I'm being horrible to because I'm in a good mood knows that I'm like that. Like, I'm warning you right away, I'm in a great mood, I will be teasing you, tell me when I'm going too far. Like with my old hairdresser, I would take great pleasure in challenging her with hair colors. And she was like, what if I mess it up? And I was like, it's hair. It grows back. You got the bleaching down, it's just the color. And then she had a nervous breakdown because I had a spot on the back of my head that wasn't as, that was not the same shade as the rest of the hair. And it wasn't even a hard dye job. It was just the one color. And she had a breakdown. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna ask another person. But I'm thinking she had some terrible customers with unrealistic expectations, because I really don't give a crap if you mess up my hair. Because I'm like, oh, it's gonna look interesting. Oh, it's gonna be original, you know? No, if I don't get the exact color you want right. It's hair, it's not Photoshop. One time I said, look, I asked you for green, yes? She goes, yes. Is it going to turn pink? She goes, no. There. That's all I need. Also, right now my hair is its natural color. So, if you like my work, drop by on my Patreon or my Ko-fi, so I can afford getting a new hair dye for Timmins Con and kind of look professional. Because apparently, when I dye my hair brown, I look meaner. There was some girl who taught the first time, very first time I changed my hair color, I decided to go just for a platinum blonde. Because I was still working retail at the time. And a coworker congratulated me on my hair color. And that she was happy that I finally went back to my natural color. Because when I dye it brown, I look meaner. And I'm like... And then she goes to talk to her friend and comes back to me, so what's your natural color? Platinum blonde? And I'm like, copper brown. What? Yeah, copper brown. This was bleached twice in order to get this color. And then she just kind of freezes. And goes, but your eyebrows are blonde. And I said, yes, because I have Irish blood. My eyebrows are transparent, but brown is my real color. And that's when she realized that it was not my hair color that was making me mean. It was stupid comments like that. I'm laughing now. I was not laughing then. And Sean just joined us. Hello, Sean. And yeah, the story I just said appears in Bootleg Cookie twice, I would say. Once as a comic strip and once as back when I could animate. And when I say I could animate, it was through a browser-based program called Go Animate, which is now known as Vyan, who completely changed their business model and got rid of the sprite style that I was using. I could not find a program that worked as well ever since. because it was pretty much drag and drop, and I wasn't trying to become an animator. I just wanted to tell my stories because I'm a comic artist. I can animate if I want, but I don't have the time or the attention span, let's be honest. She says while drawing a comic for hours. If I had the attention span, this lady would have a face. Next Saturday, I'm gonna see if I can program an event or something. There will be an extra live stream because the colors of the months were announced, and surprisingly enough, I actually have all the real colors this time. I am thrilled. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with those colors. That is a terrible plus. Boink, boink. You too. There we go. So yeah, while I'm inking this, instead of coloring this, my problem with needles at the tip of my fingers pretty much started when I was a kid. Really teeny tiny kid. And I don't know why, but my pediatrician, c'est dur à dire ça quand t'es canadienne. My kid doctor wanted to get a blood sample, and he tried to pick me on the finger. And of course I was like, wah, no. And Mom told him, but of course nobody listens to Mom because what the hell does she know? She only gave birth to me. To try picking me in the arm instead. Community spotlight. Okay. See, I just have to look and it's done. And the doctor actually tried to scare me. I shit you not. By saying, well, Sharon, would you rather have the little prickle in the arm or the little prickle on the tip of your finger or the really big one in your arm? And I gave him my arm. Oh, Mom just joined us. Hello, Mom. And she's going to leave in a couple seconds because she doesn't want to get spoiled. Even if she was there for most of these stories. And then he picked me in the arm. And all was well with the world. So I'll probably turn that into a bootleg cookie too. Poor mom, she's easy to make dizzy, and I'm going zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. But on the flip side, she loves when I put her in Bootleg cookie. Oh, and the live just had a hiccup on Facebook. I'm gonna refresh. See, I told you it didn't work well on Facebook. But that is Facebook's fault. Boom, boom. Plus, at around the same age, like, I don't know how old I was for the vaccine, the blood test, but I do know that I was around 5 or 6 for for my first visit to the dentist. And I think I needed I must have needed some dental work. If he had to pick me in the mouth. And the entire time, my mom was nervous as heck, because she remembered the trouble the other doctor had with picking my finger. And she was convinced I was going to be a pain in the ass for the dentist too. And apparently I stepped out like 10-15 minutes later. Like 10 to 15 minutes later. And she was like, that's it. She didn't want to. We're gonna have to have another appointment. And the dentist was like, no, it's done. She did great. Mom was like, what? I was like, I got a toothbrush. Probably. Great, I got the semi-hiccups. I don't like that. There we go. Yeah, the Saturday Colors of the Month Challenge live stream is slightly different, as I usually try to, like, I'm allowed to do it digitally, but I usually try to do it traditionally on the sketch card, which then I should put on my Etsy. Now that I think about it. This works better when I use the actual color. Doobie-doobie-doo. Gonna point. That's usually why I color over the spots even when I don't have the correct color, so I avoid white spots like this. Of course, there's a bunch of stuff that I do while I work that I don't recommend you guys doing. It just works better for me that way. This song is pretty low, but I'm not gonna make it louder, because for the only reason that the next one might be blaring, Don't want that to happen. Look at all the spaces that I missed. Oh, I'm a professional. Pants are gonna stay the same. I tend to stick to dark pants. But when I do bother to dress up, I like colorful shirts, even though most of my shirts are black. But they have geeky sayings on them, so I don't mind as much. Because I'm actually a really, really big fan of color. Ah, we're almost done. Gonna have a little sip again. Then I'm gonna color in the background, and then we'll be done for today. Ça paraît même pas. Whoops. There we go. Did I accidentally move this? Oh well. Almost. Duolingo. Whoops. Almost there. And I just realized I forgot to color some stuff, but that's okay. I'll do it in a second. Fix that up real quick. Just putting a random gray in here for color. I think I'm going to change this one to make it more dramatic. And then I'll be done. Then everybody will be happy. Kinda, sorta. That is a period. There we go. Now it makes sense. Now I'm done for real. There! Time for the end card. As usual. Let's give a big thanks and a round of applause for my patrons, Dancy and Marianne J, for their infinite support. Thank you guys so much. The finished comic will show up in a couple minutes on my Patreon if any of you guys watching are interested in seeing the strip and reading it at your leisure early. My Patreon should be linked on all my channels. If you can't see it, if you see a link that says link tree, then you want to go there. That's where I put all the places where you can find me and join my Patreon. It starts at $1 a month, so it's not that bad. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you had fun watching me draw. And I'll see you guys next Saturday and next Sunday at 1 p.m. EDT. Bye!